Hey guys, welcome back. How are you all doing today? I hope you are doing great. As per your request and a promise I've been putting off for a long time, today I'm finally making my first tutorial video. But before we get started, don't forget to subscribe and like the video guys. It really motivates me to keep answering your requests in the future. Oh, and a quick disclaimer before we continue. The reason I haven't made any tutorial videos until now is because I don't feel like qualified to teach in this art. I don't have any formal education in this field, nor have I been trained by a professional teacher. The techniques you often see me using in my sculpting video are mostly self-taught. I learned through trial and error since I started this hobby about 2.5 years ago. Sometimes I also watch other sculptors on YouTube and remember some technique that suits my personal sculpting style. So if there are any terms that aren't very technical, or if some of my methods are uncommon among professional sculptors, I apologize in advance. This video is less about teaching sculpting in a formal way and more about showing you how I create my own sculpture using my own methods and steps, which you might find helpful for your own projects. Alright, if you understand, let's get into the video. For this video, as requested, I'll be showing you how I sculpt facial expressions. I'm assuming you already know how to sculpt basic facial features such as the eyes, eyebrows, nose, cheeks, chin, and mouth, but without expressions. Because of that, I'll briefly explain or skip over some parts. However, I'll still share tips and advice that have helped me when sculpting character faces. If you are a complete beginner and want to learn how to sculpt a face from scratch or see my full process, feel free to request it in the comments. For this video, I'll be sculpting a serious expression with gritted teeth. This sculpture is part of my ongoing project for my next sculpting video. The first thing I do is sculpt the head according to the proportions I want, or based on the character I'm creating. I usually determine the correct head proportion by sculpting the entire body first. This makes it easier to estimate the appropriate head size. However, if you're creating a bust sculpture, obviously you won't need to sculpt the whole body. Oh, I almost forgot. This sculpture is made using oil-based clay. If I were using polymer clay, the sculpting process would be slightly different, although most of the steps would remain the same. Next, I create lines to help determine the position and proportion of the character's facial features. The placement of these guidelines looks roughly like this. I start by finding a front view reference of the character I want to sculpt. Then I draw these guidelines along with their measurements. They are incredibly helpful for determining distance and proportions, such as the space from the top of the head to the eyebrow line, the distance between the eyes, and the length and width of the nose. To measure everything accurately, I usually use this tool, vernier calipers. Next, I remove some clay to place the eyes. Then I add clay for the nose according to predetermined length, followed by adding clay for the eyeballs. After that, I mark the positions and size of the mouth based on the reference. For all of my sculptures where the character shows their teeth or has an open mouth, I always sculpt the jawbone first, like this. Creating the jaw structure beforehand will help position the teeth properly so they don't look flat. Then I shape the eyes in a simple form according to their size. Now I add clay to the upper jaw so it doesn't appear flat. Based on my observations, most people have upper teeth that protrude slightly more than their lower teeth. Next, I add clay to the sides of the nose to adjust its width. For the expression I'm aiming for, this character will have a knitted brow to make the expression look more intense. To achieve this, I add clay just below the eyebrow line that I defined earlier. Every character is different, but be careful not to add clay lower than the nose bridge, just like this. A knitted brow works great for intense expressions, such as shouting, deep thinking, or anger. Next, I sculpt the teeth and then add clay to shape the lips. For these expressions, the lips are only slightly open, like this. If you want a wider opening, simply adjust it to your preference. Just remember to always refer to your character's reference or even your own lips. Different characters will show different parts of their teeth, even with the same expression, because everyone has unique lip shapes. Make sense? Now I'll go back to refining the nose. From my observations, whenever a person raises their upper lips and exposes their upper teeth, their nostrils stretch outward and slightly upward. So whenever I sculpt this kind of expression, I widen the nostrils a bit and push them slightly upward, like this. Next, I remove and add clay to sculpt the frontal bone or forehead. I then add subtle details around the eyes, followed by refining the nose and upper lip. After that, I add clay to form the cheeks. I build up clay from the sides of the nose to the corners of the mouth to create the nasolabial folds, I think it's called. These lines becomes more prominent when the character displays an intense expression that causes the nostril to stretch outward. At this point, the facial expression of the sculptor is essentially complete. All that's left is adding finer details to strengthen the expression. Next, I sculpt the hair and beard, and the head of the sculpture is more or less finished. So far, are you following along? Does my explanation make sense? If anything is unclear, feel free to ask in the comments. Alright, that's it from me. Stay tuned for my upcoming Resident Evil 9 character sculpting video. So see you next time and bye for now.